The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions. Your goals matter a little bit, your habits matter, and your morning routine matters. But at the end of the day, your questions are what matter more than anything else. And I don't mean the questions that you ask to other people. What I'm talking about is the questions you ask yourself all day, every day, on repeat. And most of them you're not even aware of. So today, I'm going to show you how to use questions to literally program your brain. And I'm also going to show you the dark side too, because most people are accidentally using this against themselves right now. Let's get into it. First, let me give you a thought experiment. You want something. Say it's a new car, a house, a business, whatever. And if your first thought is, I can't afford that it's not a question, but it's a statement and your brain hears it and it goes, cool, we're done, moving on. Basically, there's nowhere to go from that. The door gets slammed shut. And now if we switch to, how can I afford it? You can probably already feel the difference. Your brain opens up. It starts working. And you're scanning for possibilities, opportunities, and ideas. Now, if you've heard this before, it's because it's from Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It is a mindset shift that will dramatically change your life. Next, let's move on to time. So if you say to yourself, I don't have time to work out, you're now at a dead end, your brain accepts it. But let's make the shift to, how can I make time to work out? Now your brain is in solving mode. It's looking at your schedule, it's finding the gaps or rearranging things because you gave it a job to do. And this works for literally everything. Family, business, breath work, creative projects. Simply asking, how can I, will open the door that I can't slam shut. And here's what's wild. Most of our time is wasted. We all know that. We scroll, we procrastinate, we fill the time with noise, or we look at our most important task and then do our second and third most important task because for whatever reason we are just pushing aside the thing that we know is most important. And this takes you out of flow, but you can create flow by just simply asking the right question first. So let's take this deeper. Have you ever tried to remember someone's name? Could be an actor in a movie. It could be a guy at a party, whatever. It's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't get it. You're trying and eventually you just give up. And then 2 hours later, you're in the shower or you're driving or you're doing something totally unrelated and boom, the name pops into your head seemingly out of nowhere. That is your subconscious mind at work. You gave it a question and it ran in the background searching for the answer. It delivered that answer maybe when you least expected it, but that's not a coincidence. That's how your brain operates. Your subconscious mind is processing millions of bits of information every second. It's way more than you could consciously process. And when you give it a clear question, it goes to work. So here's where this gets extremely powerful. You can do this on purpose. You can ask your subconscious mind to solve big problems for you. But first, let's talk about language because the words you use matter. If you ask, how do I get more money? There's this neediness that is attached to the word get. The word get implies that you don't have it. Same thing with want. It implies lack. So now if you step up and try, how do I have more money? This is better because now you're speaking of a place of ownership. But the best version goes even deeper. The best version and the best way to ask your subconscious is, how do I be the person that does the things that leads to having the result? This is the classic be, do, have. You've probably heard this before, but I want you to actually wake up to it right now. You don't have to do your way into having things. You be first. The doing follows, and the having is just a natural result. So the real question is, who do I need to be? Now let's weaponize this so you can become dangerous in a good way. Ask yourself, why am I so healthy? Try this again. Why am I so healthy? You've just given your brain a task. Go find evidence for why I'm healthy. And it's going to do exactly that. You'll probably have things popping up into your mind like, well, I exercise, I eat pretty clean, I take care of my body. Your brain starts building a case. And as you build this case, it actually starts reinforcing the identity. What you're doing is directing your focused attention. You're telling your subconscious mind what to look for. And whatever you look for, you find. So try these. Why am I so attractive? Why am I so good at what I do? Why am I so creative? Why am I so lucky? You can put any word in there, and your brain is going to go and find the evidence. Here's the thing about the word desire. I used to think that desire was a low energy, negative word like wanting, like lacking. But when you create desire from a place of love and peace and detachment, whatever happens just happens. But that desire, when you focus on it consistently, has a funny way of showing up. And a lot of times in ways you never expected. And maybe an even more empowering word than desire is intention. So put your attention on your intention and watch what happens. Now let me bring you down for a second, because this works in both ways. And most people are running the negative version without knowing it. They're asking questions like, why am I so unlucky? Why do I always get sick? Why am I always broke? First off, let's notice the word always. This adds another layer because it locks you in to an identity. So you're not just broke right now, you're always broke. You're being broke. And when you're being broke, what do? Probably something that keeps you broke. And what will you have? More of what you don't want. You actually got what you asked for. Your brain delivered exactly what you told it to focus on. You were just asking the wrong questions. Now, let's push this outward. When you ask someone else a negative question, you're casting spells on them. For example, why are you always so late? Watch what happens. The person is going to naturally defend why they're late. They're going to say something like, well, I was born late, or traffic was bad, or whatever. So what they're doing is stepping into the identity of someone who always is late, and you just cast a spell on them. The reason this works is because how you were programmed when you were growing up. You naturally get defensive anytime you get asked a why question. And this is because anytime that you did something wrong on accident or whatever, your parents probably screamed,
"Why? Why did you do that?"
And this right here puts you in defensive mode. So your subconscious's number one job is to keep you safe. And when someone's attacking you, or when somebody's asking you, why are you always blank? Fill in whatever that blank is. Your defense mechanisms naturally fire up and build a case for the exact thing that you don't want to be. And this happens in sales too. So a bad sales guy might say, why don't you just move forward today? Why don't you want to invest in yourself? Notice the word why is going to have the person defend the reason not to invest. They'll find every reason. It could be taxes, it could be timing, it could be their spouse. All these things that you know are just smoke screens. They're probably not in a logical state of mind because you put them on the defensive. You put them in this negative state, so they're constricting. And here's the flip side of this. You can use questions to raise someone's state. And you can use a why question to get someone to defend the positive action that they need to take. And real quick, please use this ethically because this is extremely powerful. Say someone wants to quit smoking. Instead of asking them, why can't you quit? Try, why do you want to quit smoking? And now they're going to give you a laundry list of reasons on why. And these are real reasons from their own mouth. So they might say, I want to quit for my kids. I want to quit for my health. I want to quit because I want to be around longer. That's their why. And they've just built it themselves. You didn't need to convince them of anything. You just asked a question and let their brain do the work. And you can take this even deeper. So after they answer that question, you just say, okay, you want better health. What would better health give you? And now they're going to be stacking reasons that are below the surface. They're going to build momentum and have a core motivation that is attached to their identity. When you do this right, you'll get layers and layers and layers and get to their real reason why, all with the questions that you asked. That is the power of asking better questions. And you can use this on yourself. You can use it to help people around you, but I just want you to be very careful with it because it works so well. So here's what I want you to take from this. The questions you ask yourself every single day are programming your brain. They're shaping your identity. They're determining what you focus on, what you find, and what you create. So start asking yourself better questions. Why am I so fill in the blank? Why am I so confident? Why am I so good at making money? You could just go on and on and on with these. Ask yourself questions on who you want to be. And then you're going to find evidence. And then you can stack this evidence. You'll see your brain just go to work by itself. Next, ask yourself, how can I? And watch the doors open. So how can I find time to work out? How can I make this easy? How can I make this fun? Next one. Who do I need to be to have the life I want? There's probably a gap. There most definitely is. Otherwise, you would already be that person doing the things, having what you want. So if this resonated with you and you want to go deeper on how your subconscious mind has been programmed and what's actually running in the background, I put together a free assessment. It takes less than 2 minutes. It's the first link in the description. It'll show you exactly where your subconscious patterns are, if they're helping you or if they're holding you back. The link for that is in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can be first to see my videos as they come out. I'll teach you how to reprogram your brain.